Mark Antony's speech is an extract or an excerpt from the play Julius Caesar, which is written by William Shakespeare. This is basically a short extract, not the entire play actually. It is just given as Mark Antony's speech. It is one of the most persuasive speech if we look at all the writings of William Shakespeare. Mark Antony's famous speech is from Act 3, Scene 2. It is one of Shakespeare's most famous historical tragedies. It is about the assassination of Julius Caesar, a Roman politician and military general who founded the Roman Empire. So if you're interested, you can read further about the play. It will be titled as Julius Caesar. This is only a short extract. It is just an excerpt from the play Julius Caesar. It is not actually Mark Antony's speech. So here the speech of Mark Antony starts from Act 3, Scene 2 of the play Julius Caesar. So in Mark Antony's funeral, this is a speech, kind of a funeral oration for Julius Caesar. So if we look at it, what is remarkable about his speech is that it is the rhetoric, both as the art of persuasion and an artifice. What is remarkable about Mark Antony's speech is his use of rhetoric. Rhetoric is the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the exploitation of figures of speech and other compositional techniques. So it is the art of speaking effectively, more like a politician. If you look at the example of politicians, you'll get to know more about it. So Mark Antony is given a chance to speak in front of the skeptical Roman people. He is already a man distrusted. So the people who killed Julius Caesar were Brutus and the other conspirators. And this man, along with Brutus, they do not trust Mark Antony, who is a friend of Julius Caesar. So at Caesar's funeral, Brutus delivers this speech defending his own actions, and for the moment, the crowd is on the side of Brutus. Then, after Brutus left the stage, Mark Antony was given a chance to speak, believing him to be on their side. So the conspirators thought that Mark Antony will be on their side, so they gave him a chance to speak. However, Antony's speech is a miracle of oratory that persuades the Roman public to change sides and turns them into a rioting mob. So basically, Mark Antony was given a chance to speak by Brutus and the other conspirators, believing that Mark Antony will be on their side and that he will speak for them as well. But it was not the case. And the interesting thing is, he spoke in such a way that he did not offend the conspirators or Brutus, and step by step he was able to persuade the skeptical Roman people to turn their allegiance on the side of Julius Caesar, who was mercilessly killed. So if you look at the play, Antony's speech came very shortly after Julius Caesar's death, and the city was in much trouble, was in chaos. The crowd had just heard Brutus's speech. Brutus was one of the murderers of Caesar. His speech appealed to one's emotions and used many rhetorical devices. Antony uses repetition to appeal to a common folk's emotions. He repeats the word Brutus is an honorable man, but we should be very we should be aware about his words. Brutus is an honorable man. The statement, however, was really being said with a sarcastic tone. It is when Antony said that Brutus is an honorable man, quote unquote honorable man, the statement was not really intended to be realistic. It was said with a sarcastic tone. Brutus is not really an honorable man. So this restatement is emphasizing the importance of sarcasm. The word honorable becomes a bad word by the end of his speech. This directly play on the emotion of patriotism and not to appear stupid. So if we look at the first line, Mark Antony is about to give his speech, and the first citizen, third, they are trying to let others calm down. Let Mark Antony speak. So if we look at the way the Roman citizens are speaking, at the beginning they are actually really happy that Julius Caesar is no more. Julius Caesar is dead, because they were brainwashed by Brutus and the conspirators that Julius Caesar was becoming too ambitious and that he had to be removed. So they were actually in a good mood, or they're actually in a thankful mood because Julius Caesar is no more. So the way Mark Antony starts his speech is really interesting. He starts with "Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar." So he is on the side of Julius Caesar, but remember, he is a very clever man. He knows that the Roman citizens are clearly on the side of Brutus and the other conspirators. So he's clever enough not to let the public go against him, or he's clever enough not to let the conspirators figure out that he is against them. So he starts with "Come, I speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man." So he is trying to question Brutus. However, he keeps on adding this: Brutus is an honorable man. So he's trying not to displease, or he's trying not to go against Brutus, so that he will be able to say whatever he had prepared till the very end. So he talks about the goodness of Caesar. He had brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. So he has done so much for the Roman people. Did the action of Caesar seems ambitious? So he's trying to question them. So even when the poor people cry, Caesar also cried along with them. Mark Antony further states that ambition should be made of sterner stuff. So if people are ambitious, if someone is ambitious, that person will not just shed his tears. So at one moment he says that my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me. So he gives this idea of like, I cannot speak anymore. My heart is in the coffin and my heart is too heavy, and it's too much for me to carry on speaking. So here, if we look at it, this is also a very clever ploy executed by Mark Antony. So here he is letting the audience, or he's letting the Roman people think or to analyze about what he has just spoken. So if you look at the first citizen on page number 103, methinks. So methinks here is it seems. The meaning of methinks is it seems. So it seems there is much reason in his sayings. If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar has had great wrong. Has he, masters? I fear there will a worse come in his place. Mark ye his words. So now some are coming to a realization, or some are about to listen to what Mark Antony is speaking. So now the people are a bit divided now, and Mark Antony starts speaking again. So he says that here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. It is his will. So I found this parchment. Parchment is, if we look back in the past, it is a writing, and that parchment is written in some sort of an animal skin, kind of a wheel or something to make it more specific. So I found the parchment, and it is his will for the common people, but I don't want to read it. I do not mean to read it. But if I read it, any people or anyone who hears that will kiss Caesar's death wounds, and they will also put their napkins or their handkerchief in his sacred blood, and they will beg for him for memory. But I do not want to mention it. So it's kind of like, I have something to tell you. It is a will for the common people, and if any common people happen to hear it, they'll die to kiss the wound of Caesar, and they will also nip their napkins in his blood to keep it as a memory. We will hear it. So now you see, very cleverly, the Roman citizens are restless. They want to hear it. The will, we will hear Caesar's will. So now if we look at it, slowly the Roman citizens are turning on the side of Mark Antony and Julius Caesar. So the balance is tilting more onto the side of Mark Antony. So Mark Antony is now gaining more confidence as he speaks. Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. You are not wood. You people are not wood. You people are not stones, but men. And if you hear this, it will sort of infuriate you, and there will be big trouble. And I don't want to create trouble. But now, so the Roman citizens are all shouting, we will hear the will. So now, okay, if you compel me to read it, I will read the will. And if we look at the will, if you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. So if we look at 111, page 111, it says that, moreover, he had left you all his walks, his private arbors and new planted orchards on this side Tiber. He had left them you, and to your ears forever common pleasures, to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. So this is his will. So to every Roman citizens, he has given, or he has left behind 75 drachmas. So drachmas is silver coins used in ancient Greece. So to every Roman citizen, he has left behind 75 drachmas. And apart from that, he has also left behind his private garden and his new planted orchards, fruit plantations on this side, and and on the side flows the river Tiber. So after they heard this, the Roman citizens were so infuriated, and they shouted like, we will burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands fire the traitors' houses take up the body. So this is the persuasive speech of Mark Antony. Remember, what is interesting is that before he began his speech, Brutus and the conspirators, as well as the Roman citizens, were absolutely against him. No one was on his side. However, with his persuasive speech, he was able to garner the attention of the Roman citizens as well as the support of the Roman citizens. And in the end, he was able to do justice for his friends, Julius Caesar, just as he promised before he began his speech.